Again, I want to express my condolence and my heartfelt sorrow for the many challenges that we've had over the last couple of days and for the suffering that many of our people throughout this area are going through at this point in time.
Una vez más quiero expresar mis sentidos pésames y la tristeza que yo siento por todo lo que estamos pasando a este tiempo.
I failed to introduce myself earlier. I'm County Executive Ike Leggett. The agenda for today will hear from Assistant Chief Russ Hamble, Jeffrey Matthews, Assistant Special Agent for the ATF, and David Steckel from the Fire and Rescue Services. We have Council Representative, Councilmember George Leventhal, and Councilmember Tom Huckett with us as well. We'll hear from Health and Human Services Director Umar Alawali, and from the Red Cross, Paul Cardin, Regional Disaster Management for the Regional Disaster Management Red Cross National Capital Area. At this point in time, I'm going to call the Assistant Chief Hamble.
Our investigation leads us to the conclusion that the number of people are still within the remains of the buildings on Arliss, 8701 and 8703. Our investigators are still working with family and friends of the building's residents to confirm identities of the people who remain missing.
Por ahora quiero informarles a ustedes que continuamos con la investigación y seguimos buscando a las personas que están desaparecidas.
Our investigators will continue in this endeavor until we can account for everyone that was within the buildings.
Nuestros investigadores continúan buscando a las personas y van a continuar su trabajo para encontrar a las personas que estaban en estos edificios.
At this time, we have accounted for approximately 110 people from the buildings since this tragic event began.
Por ahora podemos decirle que nosotros hemos contado 110 personas desde que ha empezado este incidente.
We are asking family members to please contact us, friends to please contact us, and if you are a resident of the building, to please contact us immediately. Again, it's 311 or 240-777-0311. And thank you to everybody who's contacted us and assisted us with this investigation.
Queremos pedirles a ustedes, por favor, a los medios de comunicación, a los miembros de la comunidad, que llamen al 311 si tienen más información, especialmente acerca de las personas. Y esto concluye la investigación, la información del jefe Hamel. Thank you.
Special agents from our Arson and Explosives Group, the ATF Baltimore Field Division, responded to the scene to assist with the event. Members of the group include certified fire investigators, explosive enforcement officers, certified explosive specialists, and task force officers with accelerant protection canines.
Él es el asistente especial, Jeffrey Matthews, que es el asistente de la agencia de explosivos, armas de fuego, y él dice que aproximadamente a las 3:30 de la mañana, ayer en la mañana, los agentes especiales de la oficina de Baltimore han respondido al lugar donde ha ocurrido el incidente. Miembros de este grupo son personas que están certificados en investigaciones de incendios explosivos y también en enforzar la ley.
Later that morning, the determination was made in consultation with Montgomery County's Fire and Rescue Services to activate our National Response Team. Our National Response Team is it's comprised of ATF's most qualified experts and specialists in fire investigation and explosive investigation. Our primary mission is to concentrate all of our fire and explosives investigative resources and expertise on large-scale incidents and to the more complex arson and explosives investigations. This morning,
Ellos cuentan con un sinnúmero de personas, de investigadores que tienen muchas certificaciones y son expertos en investigar investigaciones de incendios como las de nuestro.
some of those personnel include forensic chemists, fire protection and electrical engineers, forensic mapping specialists, and some of the specialists I've previously mentioned.
Las personas que están aquí trabajando ahorita, por ejemplo, son los oficiales forensicos. What else are you about forensic officers?
Forensic chemists, fire protection.
químicos forensicos, protecciones de bomberos, de incendios, ingenieros electrónicos y también personas que sean especializadas en buscar los mapas.
We've brought in these agents and experts from around the country to assist in the origin and cause investigation, which is currently ongoing.
Hemos traído a todas estas personas, a todos estos expertos de todo el país para continuar con esta investigación y vamos a continuar trabajando con esta investigación.
There will be one of 3 determinations made at the conclusion of this investigation, or the the origin and cause investigation: accidental, incendiary, or undetermined.
What do you mean by incident?
Incendiary,
What does it mean?
like it was purposefully set, intentionally set.
And the other one undetermined.
Undetermined.
Okay. Entonces, cuando se termine la investigación, van a ser 3 categorías que posiblemente una de ellas sea la investigación. Una puede ser el incidente accidental, otro incendiario que ha pasado por un incidente, o realmente no van a poder determinar qué es lo que ha pasado.
ATF will be analyzing evidence relevant to the origin and cause investigation at ATF's National Laboratory in Greenbelt, Maryland.
La agencia ATF va a continuar con la investigación y esta agencia está en Greenbelt, Maryland.
And until that determination is made, we must preserve the integrity of the investigation and cannot put out any information that we gather as we continue on until the investigation is complete.
Hasta que termine la investigación, ellos tienen que preservar y mantener la investigación, entonces no van a poder hacer comentarios acerca de esta investigación.
Thank you.
Earlier today, I talked to our Lieutenant Governor, Boyd Rutherford, and as well as the governor. I've heard from Congressmember Chris Van Hollen and Senator Cardin as well, who both have representatives here, all of whom have offered their assistance and support as we go through this very tragic ordeal.
Esta mañana él ha recibido una llamada del subgobernador Rockefeller, Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah, Boyd Rutherford.
También del congresista Chris Van Hollen y también de la oficina del congresista Cartier.
Uma?
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I have a few updates since yesterday in terms of service provision to the victims of the event. We have actually established a county website that speaks to how people can make donations and also how victims can ask for assistance for services and resources. It's actually, we're going to put that link out through the main county page, right? Mary, I'm doing this correctly. In addition, I would tell you that we want to say thank you to the Red Cross. We could not have done all of this without their support. They've been absolutely fantastic. There are, do you want to do that? And then I'll do the rest.
How you say the last name?
Aluwalia.
Ok, Uma Aluwalia, ella es la directora de servicios del Departamento de Salud y Servicios Humanos y ella quiere decir que realmente quiere darle una nueva información acerca de los servicios del condado. Se ha puesto en el internet más información y también se han recibido más donaciones y quiere agradecer muchísimo a la Cruz Roja porque sin ellos no hubiéramos podido trabajar.
So just a couple of things of importance. Today at 5 o'clock, we will be holding a workshop with the MVA for folks who need a driver's license, who've lost their driver's license. And the MVA will be coming over here. They'll be doing a workshop with our staff at 5 o'clock on the second floor. So that's important for folks to know and for you to get that message out.
Where is that going to be, you said?
Today at 5.
Here, just here.
Here, second floor.
Just here.
Right here.
A las 5 de la tarde hoy día en el centro de recreación acá de Long Branch van a darse un programa para que las personas puedan sacar su licencia de conducir.
Also at 6 o'clock today, CPS, the school system is coming over here with our Linkages to Learning provider, which is the YMCA. And they'll be joining together with our staff to host a seminar to meet families and children about back to school and any activities related to back to school.
A las 6 de la tarde, aquí mismo, las escuelas del condado de Montgomery van a estar para dar información a las familias, a los padres, cómo van a poder retornar sus hijos a la escuela.
In addition to that, I want to make really clear that we do not need any goods. No goods needed, no food, no water, no diapers at this time. We will need them later. But what we would encourage people to do is donate cash or gift cards and send it to Montgomery Housing Partnership. And the link and the phone number to Montgomery Housing Partnership will be available on the county website as well. That's it. Thank you very much.
Adicionalmente, ella quiere agradecer a todas las personas porque han hecho las donaciones, pero por ahora no necesitamos más comida, agua, no necesitamos nada. Les vamos a avisar cuando lo necesitemos, pero lo que sí nosotros seguimos esperando es que las personas hagan una donación en efectivo o también tarjetas de regalo que pueden comprar en cualquier mercado por acá.
Here now from the Fire and Rescue, Acting Fire Chief David Steckel.
Good afternoon. It's been a very challenging incident for us, not only in terms of the hot weather, but also because the building still presents as a collapse hazard, which is a dangerous situation for the personnel. So our main goal here today, like yesterday, is to mitigate that hazard as best we can so that personnel, investigators, can get inside and start to remove debris and remove debris.
Él quiere decir que por ahora todo esto ha sido algo muy desafiante para todos ellos, especialmente porque está haciendo muchísima calor. Queremos decirles que los edificios todavía siguen peligrosos y lo que nosotros queremos es tratar de disminuir que hay ese peligro.
And the movement of the debris in itself presents a challenge. Every time you move something, it has the possibility to impinge the integrity of the structure. So we have to be careful and methodical in how we do that. So it's an ongoing evaluation process as we do so. We have about 50 personnel on the scene, from our technical rescue experts to our fire and explosive investigators who are assisting with the law enforcement investigation. Thank you.
¿Por qué sigue peligroso todo esto? Porque algo que mueven puede causar cualquier problema, entonces tienen que tener muchísimo cuidado con la estructura del edificio. Es un trabajo muy metódico y continuamente tienen que hacer evaluaciones. Por ahora tienen 50 personas del Departamento de Bomberos trabajando en esto.
Let me acknowledge the strong support that we've received from the American Red Cross. As Uma indicated a little bit earlier, we certainly could not have made the progress that we've made thus far without their support. I want to personally acknowledge Lisa Matthews, the Chief Executive Officer, and now I'm going to call on Paul Cardin, the Regional Disaster Manager Red Cross, to come forward.
El ejecutivo del condado, el señor Leggett, quiere agradecer y realmente por todo el apoyo que nos han dado, más que todo el personal de la Cruz Roja, y también quiere agradecer personalmente a Elisa Matthews.
Just want to provide a quick update on where the Red Cross is in our partnership with Montgomery County and the various nonprofits throughout the area, where we've all come together to create a very strong network of services for these folks who have basically been blown out of their homes by this disaster. Red Cross is operating in what we call the mass care phase, running the shelter, providing meals for us and for the clients and rescue workers, helping run the shelters, bringing those basic things in. So we've got our mass care phase that we're still in. We're now in our individual assistance phase. So we've got that in process, again, working with our government and county partners. Some numbers, we've had roughly what we call shelter nights, someone sleeping in a shelter each night, roughly 200 shelter nights since this disaster began. We've provided close to 800 meals and 1,600 snacks. We've met with 20 families so far. We estimate that there's going to be roughly 60 families involved in this disaster.
Por ahora vamos a darles unos números. Queremos decirles que por lo menos aquí en el shelter donde se quedaron las personas a dormir fueron 200 personas. Han dado 800 comidas, han dado 1,600 snacks y están trabajando actualmente con 60 familias. perdón, con 20 familias.
And again, all this is was only possible due to the strong partnerships that exist in Montgomery County. Government, agencies, everyone working together to make sure those who have suffered this disaster have a seamless stream of services to get eventually back to a normal.
Y una vez más queremos decirles que esto no hubiera sido posible si es que no hubiéramos tenido una alianza fuerte con la comunidad, con el gobierno, para poder ayudar a las familias y hacer que las cosas sean un poco más fáciles para ellos.
Before we acknowledge the questions, I want to thank CASA, Maryland, Wider Circle, Adventist Community Services, Montgomery Housing Partnership, and others who provided support for us over the last few days.
Thank you. Antes de terminar y de empezar a recibir preguntas, queremos decirle muchísimas gracias a Casa de Maryland. Queremos también reconocer a Wider Circle, al Centro Comunitario Adventista.